Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Death Stranding. Last time we did half of Chapter 2, and in this episode we're going to continue on with Chapter 2. But let's go take a shower, like we were instructed to.
Nice.
I love the promotion here for Ride on AMC. I thought it hit shower. My bad. I guess I just pissed. Or pooped, actually. I think that was the poop command. So anyway, now let's go shower.
Sam, this is Hardman. Deadman relayed your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids, waste products, Chiral, dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. 5, oh, 4, it's almost time.
2, 1. After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
Well, that was an interesting conversation with our friend Hartman.
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Chiral network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Alrighty, yeah, so the mail isn't really all too important, other than like the one time near the end of the game that it's kind of important, so I wouldn't really worry about it all too much. I will show off the mail, but when I'm showing off the mail, I'm only going to keep it up for about 5 to 10 seconds, usually scaling towards 5. I will show off any mail that I do get throughout the game. That's about it. Any of like the archives and logs and all that other special doohickey stuff, I'll be saving for the end game. So anything in the data or intel screens and like the music and stuff, I'll be showing off on the final episode of the playthrough. So don't really worry about that for right now. But these mails aren't too terribly interesting. But what is interesting is the private room's shower and toilet systems. So when you go into your private room, you will repair any vehicle that you leave on top of the elevator. That includes trucks and motorcycles, and even if it's far beyond repair, due to timefall issues. So like if it's completely rusted over, you can put it on your conveyor on the entrance to the private room, and then you can go into your private room and then it'll repair it. When you take a shower, you create EX grenades 0, and if you take a piss, it's EX grenades 1, and if you take a shit, it's 2. Each one has the same effect, but the higher the number, the stronger it lasts. So, for instance, if you throw a shower grenade at a BT, or a piss grenade, or a poop grenade, as I will be calling them from now on, because that's what they are, they will just kind of flinch and then run away, and some may even get stunned. But depending on the number of the grenade, the effects will last for longer. But you don't have to necessarily create grenades in order to do that. Like I'll be showing on some time later on in this playthrough. I wanted to see if you can pee on the BTs, and you can. It's the same effect as throwing a EX grenade 1 at them. It's just they run away, and I don't know if they get stunned if you pee. I think stunning only happens if you throw a poop grenade at them, but that's what happens. So we'll be seeing that later on in the playthrough. Peeing has an extra effect. When you pee, you create mushrooms or big piles of mushrooms, and those create cryobites. I learned recently that if you pee on a cryobite spawner, after they leave, you can get the cryobites to come back. So that's interesting. Oh, sorry about that. So here are the interviews. I won't be necessarily going through all of them at the moment because we're going to be getting a whole ton of them more. I'll be showing these off at the end of the game with everything else in the data section. So that's about it for that. You can also drink Monster Energy, but there's really no reason to doing so.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, so drinking the Monster Energy on the table doesn't actually do much for you other than giving you a cool little animation to look at. Oh yeah, the orders, I forgot to mention that. So orders on the terminal is just a way to look at what you're currently doing. That's all it is. You can do that from your cufflinks too. So anyway, like I was saying, drinking the Monster Energy doesn't actually do anything other than show you what Norman Reedus looks like when he chugs a Monster Energy in one shot and then throws it out. But what you can do is if there's items on the table like your hat or your Luden's glasses, and here's the Monster Energy thing, you can put them on before heading out so you don't have to do it while you're playing the game on the map. That's about it. So we're going to watch Norman Reedus chug this private room Monster Energy drink. And he's just going to toss it in the thing. I've seen him spike it, if I'm not mistaken. But what it does is that it increases your stamina by 10%. That's it. I mean, other than that, there's really nothing else that it does. Honestly, I didn't even realize it did that until just now. So let's hook into our BB and check out a new cutscene.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Interesting. So there's a man who seems like the father of BB and a woman in a mask. And we know that BBs are born from still mothers, so there's a still mother, clearly.
Sam, out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Bleed-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
Sam, check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
So yeah, man, a woman in a mask, and a stall
While you're
mother.
resting, I ran some network diagnostics. Chiralium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know. After all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
Alright, so like I said, man, woman in mask, still mother. These are a lot of questions. The BB eyes. Okay, cool. We don't know what's going on. Neat. Alright, neat. Let's do this fucking mission. Recovery. Fuck, I'm just getting tired of being interrupted every 5 seconds. So many cutscenes. So much dialogue. So little time. Anyway, we might be doing collection chiral crystals, which is a go there, grab it, come back type mission. And we're going to even do mission number 7, which is another go there, grab that, come back mission.
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good point for the watchtowers, but I don't really have much of a use for them. I don't know. It's not like in Metal Gear 5 where you have the binoculars and you can just whip them out whenever, you know, and zoom in on stuff. The watchtower you have to build, wait a few seconds, then hook onto it and stuff. Albeit other players can use it, I don't really find them all too useful in this game. So we're not going to be carrying them. We're not going to be building the watchtowers. At least I don't think I'm going to be carrying them. And on that note, you don't actually have to carry them. You know, you could just leave them wherever you want. I don't think I bring the EX Grenade 0 because I don't think we're going to be dealing with BTs. So I think we're all set. That's confirmed. We're going to head out.
That thing you're holding is a crystal collector. Now, as the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. The surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these 3 things and you'll find the crystals. If you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
They are legitimately everywhere. So order number 7 is to just collect 1 C-gram. I don't know what C-gram is. A CG of chiral crystals. Maybe chiral-gram, I don't know. But I don't actually know if the crystal collector actually has a limit to its storage. I think you could just keep collecting and the number will just keep going up. I made it up to like 1,000 and I think 300 during this playthrough, something like that. I think that was the highest I made it to. And even then, seemed like I could just keep going, so I wonder what the limit is on the crystal collector. Those blue things, not the ones that look like cryobiotes, but the other ones, those are your chiral crystals. So we have two directions. We can go collect crystals over there, like we were told to, or we can go in the other direction and see if we can pick up that crystal part. So we're going to be heading in a direction, probably. I confused myself since I put two things on, so if you see like another blue dot, that's probably why. But luckily for me, there's a crystal right over here, so I don't have to go that far.
Chiral crystals are pretty small and can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. I'd advise you to use your ultra deck to point you in the right direction. If you want to survey a wider area, though, you might consider building a watchtower and relying on its sensors.
Okay, so yeah, your scanner can pick up on Chiralian crystals too. Pretty useful.
Sam, clear. Chiral crystal deliveries are a little different from usual. The process is pretty simple, though. Access the delivery terminal to drop off any chiral crystals you're carrying.
Yep. So when you're in the terminal, terminal, I can't say that word today for some reason. So when you're in the terminal, you go into recycle, and you can recycle chiralium crystals, metals, resins, whatever resource you have, you can recycle it, and it goes into the district that you're recycling it to. Again, not to every other distribution center. So we're going to do that. We're going to go into recycle. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize. I was like, I'm making a delivery. What the fuck? But yeah, so anything that you put in the recycling will affect just the place that you are currently in, not anywhere else. Keep that in mind. So I picked up 62. We're going to deliver. Come on. We're going to. Fuck. There we go. We're going to deliver one chiral crystal, and I will keep the 62. You know, I'll be generous. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. They only asked for one, right? I'm very confused. I'm just messing around here. I wanted to see how it worked. So yeah, it's just a simple right increases the number, left decreases the number. Pick how much you want to give. You don't have to give just one. You can give all of them. It'll still work the same. And then I hit the wrong button there. I was like, oh fuck. Stupid fucking thing. So yeah, let's just give all of it. I have no real reason to carry them on me at the moment. However, I do advise keeping any and all crystals on you, unless a place that you're at has very low crystals and need them for fabricating something. Other than that, I would highly recommend keeping the crystals on you, because you can use them to build other structures that people have put out into the world, like bridges.
Got some chiral crystals for us? These crystals only form in places with elevated chiralium levels, which makes me wonder if expanding the network had something to do with it. Not a bad haul. Plenty enough for research. We'll take good care of it.
Plenty enough for just research? Bro, I gave you like 64 the times the amount of crystals that you need. You only wanted one. I gave you 60. Oh no, I gave you 62, not 64. Whoops. Bro, I gave you a shit ton, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, this is my first A, right? I think. Sounds about right. So, container repair sprays. They're interesting.
Excess chiral crystals can be deposited at any facility. These local stores include materials that you can draw upon to fabricate equipment as needed.
So yeah, crystal containers, whatever the fuck they're called. Those crystal container sprays, they're useful because if you have, let's say you're in an area with a lot of timefall, you can run around like the mountains or whatever, and it has like a bunch of rust. What you can do is put the stuff on the ground by holding triangle. I'll be showing that off later on. And you can grab the spray and spray it all at once, and what will happen is it fixes the timefall rust on your containers. It doesn't necessarily heal the damage, but it will help. Oh, level 10 delivery volume. That's pretty neat. So we have been acquired skilled handler, which means I can carry more cargo, which means I can hold more. So I think I held 125 kilograms was the max now. I can hold a bunch more.
Oh,
What are you giving me? Oh, is it a present? I like presents. What is it? What is it? It's
That's container repair spray for patching up cargo containers. Good for dealing with timefall degradation and all that.
Boo.
Useful stuff if you and your cargo have been through the ringer.
Boo. I wanted
We've
a
added it to your
hat.
supplies list, so it's readily available if and when you need it.
Boo. Boo. Fuck you.
There is a correlation between elevated Corellium levels and increased crystal formation. This may well be the result of the network's expansion. You needn't worry though. Local chiral density is still within an acceptable range. If you find any more, be sure to collect it. You'll be well rewarded.
If you come into more chiral crystals, you can submit them at one of our facilities. And you can deposit other resources too, along with any items you don't need. Everything has its value. What we don't use as is can be broken down into components for R&D and other applications.
Oh wait, what the fuck am I talking about? We already have the hat. I'm retarded. Holy shit. Alright, so we don't have any other orders to take after that one, so we're gonna have to go into the mule territory. I kind of forgot that I equipped 2 missions. I'm being dumb today. Or rather, I was being dumb today. But yeah, we're gonna go into the mule territory. We're going to well, it's not really that far from here, honestly. But we're going to go in there and we're going to steal back the printer part that we're going to need.
Have a pleasant journey. Still got work to do, Sam. Let's not keep people waiting.
Yeah, I know, Deadman. You don't. I mean, goddamn, why do I keep calling you Deadman? Die-Hardman. I know. All right, bro. I got shit to do. I got you. You don't gotta keep interrupting me every 5 seconds.
Weapons restrictions
Your
lifted.
stupid ass, fucking tutorial ass, looking ass, mask wearing ass. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, we're going to run our. Oh my God! Stop interrupting me.
Call it a rule or a habit, but most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful. These guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
Yeah, so I was going to mention that, you fucking dickhead. You can actually fight in this game, which takes all the anxiety and fear about the mules that I was dreading up until this moment pretty much away, because Sam can punch and kick. He has a standard like 3 or 4 hit combo. It's nothing like extensive. But you can also use the Strand, and the Strand can help you combat them. It has a very useful parry that you can use. And the Strand is an instant knockdown. It's not a knockout, it's a knockdown. They will eventually get up from the Strand, they will cut the cord and get back up and continue the fight. But you can knock them out. And to do so, while they're down, caught up in the Strands, what you can do is press square and kick them in the forehead. You can just dead-ass Randy Orton pump them in the face. And they will go down, and they won't get up for a while. Now, punching and stranding people isn't the only way to deal with mules.
Remember, Sam, before you approach the mule drop site, we recommend you use a watchtower to confirm the location of the post box containing our cargo.
I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, alright, big boy? Jesus, stop interrupting me. Alright, fuck. I don't care about your stupid watchtowers. I don't give a shit. I want to go in, experience the action, and fail miserably. That is how I play video games, okay? So let's get caught immediately by our wondrous mule overlords. And you can see him right over there. He probably saw me from a little bit and didn't know if that was actually a person or something, so he probably like scanned. Over here on the top left, there's a cave that directly links to the mule camp. I don't give a shit, Die-Hardman. I'm gonna talk over you because fuck you, okay, you asshole. I hate you. God, I don't actually hate you. Just annoying. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so like I was saying, punching and stranding people aren't the only way to be dealing with the mules. There are other means to deter them away from you. However, we aren't able to do that at the very moment. It's not to really spoil much, but you will eventually be allowed to create and carry weapons on you. Now, remember that in this game, if you kill a person, a void out will trigger. Now, I've never killed a mule. I haven't tested it out, but I've seen people put like, I don't really want to spoil it, but you'll be carrying like live people. All right, you've carried one dead person already. You're going to be carrying live people as well. And if, let's say you put that in front of a BT, a void out will happen, right? So if they die, a void out will occur. So it's true that if you kill something, a void out, or kill someone, a void out will happen. Which leads me to believe that if you whip out a pistol and pop a cap in their candy ass, as you can tell, I've been really in a wrestling mood lately. But if you shoot them in the head, or if you kill them with a lethal weapon, which do exist in this game, void outs will be caused. So be careful with that. Don't do that. I advise using non-lethal weapons, which we'll be getting one. I don't know if in this episode, but definitely in the next episode, we're probably going to be getting one. Or at least one in the next chapter. Most definitely. Also, be sure to know that the BB crying may actually attract mules if they hear you. I don't know if the BT crying affects BTs, but it definitely affects mules because they can hear our little baby friend over here wailing. At least it would make sense. I mean, why wouldn't they? So I wouldn't really advise sneaking into their camp with a crying BB. Let's say you fall down or whatever. I probably wouldn't advise it. I'd probably calm them down quickly, as quick as I can. So that refrigerator-looking thing, that's our target. But since we're entering enemy territory, we want to equip ourselves with the only weapon we have, which is the Strand, of course. And I can see a mule right there just chillaxing, taking a minute, sitting down, enjoying lunch. He's carrying some metals on him. That's pretty useful. But what you can do is sneak up on him by holding your breath, walking slowly, and then binding him. And then Sam does this weird thing. I don't know what the fuck he does, but like he ties him up and knocks him out. So that little sign above his head, that means he's unconscious. But if he was alive, let's say you parry someone and then tie them up and do that, then they're not unconscious. They're going to cut out of the rope and eventually they're going to get back up and start fighting you again. So keep that in mind. You want to see that little orange little star above their head to make sure that they're unconscious. Now, I'm actually looking for that thing that we're supposed to enter, but I'm an idiot. I didn't notice the big fucking box right next to him. I was like, oh shit, I'm dumb. So here, we're going to go into their post box, which is where they keep all of their stuff, and Batman-esque hack our way into it. And now we're going to carry the chiral printer stuff. They also have a bunch of stuff like metals, resins, mule boots, a bunch of other stuff. You can actually wear the mule boots. You can take their anchors and use them. You can take the lost cargo and bring it to their destinations or put them in post boxes and let someone else deal with it. So it's really good to make sure that if you're ever entering into a mule territory, you can steal their stuff as well as go into their post box. And when I say steal their stuff, I mean like the stuff that's on them, like the stuff that they're carrying. You can steal their shit and you can go into their post box and steal it and use it for your own benefits. Let's keep that in mind. It's super useful. It actually adds a lot of fun to this game. I feel like the stealth mechanics in here are pretty decent, all things considered. Albeit this isn't like a specific what am I talking about here? It's not specifically a stealth action game like what Metal Gear is, where the stealth mechanics are like key. But it's well enough where it's nice to run around and take stuff from mules and stuff. Be known that if you're carrying objects, that if they scan you, they will know where you are at all times. So if you're not carrying any deliverables like the chiral printer parts or anything, you're pretty much invisible to them when they scan. I don't know if we're going to be getting the scanner later, the scanner nullifier later, but you'll eventually get the ability to nullify their scanners. I'm not good at timing that. I did get it off a few times throughout the playthrough, but I'm not very good at timing it. So we're going to just fast forward our way back to the thing. And I'm not going to be fast forwarding backtracking, just because I feel like that gets annoying.
Mules. Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame we gotta deal with their bullshit at all. Back in the day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. All we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary, damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off, but it didn't. People didn't like it when we took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, we put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo-chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next porter. Make sure you're not him.
Like I said, I'm going to just make sure that I'm just going to cut out all the footage just to keep the videos as short as I possibly can while showing everything off. So the next time I'm going to be backtracking through an area that I've already been to, I'm going to make sure to just cut it out. I'll show off anything interesting. Not the music, just because the music will happen periodically as you're patrolling the area anyway. And any song that you get at the end of the terminal will be the song that I got on the way to the location. So it's not really like that big of a surprise. But like any dialogue that's interesting, let's say I'm carrying a person that's talking, I will show that off at the very least. I might show off, say, a BT encounter that I happen to come across, or if something were to happen. So just know that I'm not going to be showing off any, or most backtracking. I won't say any backtracking, but most of the backtracking I won't be showing. Especially since later on in the game it does get backtrack heavy.
Chiral printer in working order. Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it. Never doubted you'd come through for us.
Yeah, it doesn't have a scratch on it because I'm Stealth Master numero uno, big boy. Yeah, that's right. Praise the 0% damage, because that's not going to happen that often. Yeah. I luckily for me, I didn't get into a fight with the with the mules. But they can get pretty tricky, especially if they start to surround you. Ooh, bridge boots.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up? Not too well, I imagine, conditions being what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself. I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridge is standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Jeez, Die-Hardman, I'm not that forgetful. I mean, sometimes, yeah, they wear out, but it's not like I forget to put them on. Jeez. Can you just imagine Sam, like, walking out of the area and he just, like, doesn't put shoes on? Anyway, bridges. So you can build bridges, and they're as simple as you think they are. You put down a PCC, put some supplies into it. We're going to be doing a mission for it. And then once you meet the requirements, the bridge is built. The bridge is built. Fuck, I can't speak today. Bridges are extremely useful.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer. An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence, be a time machine. That it is transmitting data into the past. Suffice it to say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely upon. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mans with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same could be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
I totally forgot what we were talking about. Bridges, yes, bridges. They're extremely useful. You see a bridge, you like the person that built that bridge, because bridges are incredibly useful for getting around. While I'm at it, I will recycle these 100 metals, just because, why the hell not? Probably. Yep, there we go. Cool beans. You can even recycle ladders and climbing anchors and weapons and shoot, pretty much anything. Anything you can think of, you can pretty much recycle. These PCCs, you can recycle them. I don't really know what it does, but you can recycle them. Probably just like strips them down to like their components. It's probably what happens. But yeah, useful. I pretty much just put any object that's already made, like like any object like I don't know, like let's say a gun or something. If I have like an extra gun, I'll just throw it into the share locker. Someone might be able to use it.
Thank you for your continued support.
We're supporting the Bridget Foundation. The only presidential candidate, apparently. And Amelie. Alrighty. So now we can fabricate items, or rather equipment, in the distribution center west of Capital Knot City. Fuck, that is a mouthful. But along the way, you can also acquire materials, chiral crystals, metals, alloys, resins, whatever. Any resource you can take from the location you're currently in. So let's say you're building a bridge, and you're an idiot like me, and hypothetically speaking, of course, you throw your metals away into the river, and you fail at picking them up. That didn't happen. I'm just speaking hypothetically, of course. And let's say you spend a good maybe 20 minutes trying to capture them, and you end up losing more of the metals that you started out with, just because you're smart. Yeah, that's what I said.
Footwear condition poor. Replacement is advised.
You can always come back to a distribution center and claim the materials that you need to build stuff. So let's take this order right here where we're going to be constructing a bridge. It's order number 10. We will be doing order number 9 in this episode. We're going to be actually finishing chapter 2. So keep in mind, if you're watching this far in from the beginning, thank you. First of all, that's incredible that you watched 37 minutes worth of my footage. That's incredible. Thank you. But if you're just clicking the timestamp too,
We've added
that
a
also
bridge schematic to
helps.
your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know. Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
But yeah, so anything that people build, you can use. Anything that you built, other people can use. It's really awesome, and I love this function in the game. I like this. I liken it to like camaraderie almost, because it's just amazing. I like it a lot. So we're going to be carrying the power supply unit for not chapter 9, I apologize. Mission number 9, which is we're going into the wind farm. But along the way, we're going to be carrying a bunch of these metals. Because metals, right? We're going to need it for the bridge, because we're also doing the bridge mission. Now, I don't necessarily recommend you doing more than one mission, because you will overcumber yourself, and that's going to be annoying. Oh, I have 125 kilograms. Oh, maybe I had like less than, it was like 120, now it's 125. Okay, that makes sense to me. Never mind. But yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily take on more than one mission per se. I would probably focus on like one mission at a time, just because you don't want to really overcumber yourself. You don't want to carry like 400 metals and a power supply and have to deal with that. So we're going to be I wouldn't say we're going to be doing that, but from pretty much this episode on, in this chapter on, I tend to only really do a mission at a time, just because carrying all this stuff is incredibly annoying. It's rather frustrating, and you don't really want to do unnecessary damage to your materials.
Okay, Sam. Make your way to the designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a...
Just shut him up. Forgot I did that. But yeah, you can you build the bridge by putting down a PCC. In this mission, they already have it done for you.
terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
And yeah, just like Die-Hardman mentioned, you can just you can just drop off materials to it. Just keep in mind, Sam can throw objects. Okay. Don't ask me how I know that. Just know that he can.
Sam, looks like you found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
So yeah, now I'm having like a slight dark side Phil moment right here. I'm being like major dumb right now. I couldn't figure out how to open this up. I may have lost a few medals along the way. Nothing too tragic. You won't be seeing it at all. What happened? Maybe I should do like a blooper reel. How funny would that be? Just have bloopers of like just. But yeah, so we built the bridge. Ignore the continuity errors. I didn't find anything. I didn't take anything. You don't know what you're talking about. That hypothetical situation never occurred, okay? Just we won't talk about it. Ignore the map. The map doesn't know what it's talking about. It's smoking crack, okay? I didn't walk around the bridge looking for metals that I threw into the river, okay? What do you think I am? A moron? Come on. You don't fucking throw anything into the river. I don't know what you're talking about. That didn't take me that long. Game and its lies. Don't worry about that thing. He just essentially was like, yeah, you built the bridge. Woo. It's not that important. Don't worry about it. But I'll be putting away the extra metals that I found and put it in the recycling bin because of course I did. I didn't take these from here. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so now we're going to be doing the power supply mission in the wind farm. The wind farm is actually a pretty cool area. They how do I put this? If you build stuff a lot in this particular area, it does hinder travel, and I kind of wish there was more areas like it. I mean, this is really the only area in the game I can think of that has high winds. I mean, it's a wind farm, right? So it has super high winds. This is like the only area I can think of that has high winds in it. Like other areas are like other things you'll be facing throughout this game is just like heavy rain or blizzard effects. You know, like there's some blizzard. There's a blizzard later on in the game, but you know it's not like anything super out of the ordinary. But like high winds like this is interesting. Like I wouldn't have thought that there would be an area like this. So keep that in mind. I'm going to be planning my way around through the valley across the river. There's a ladder there, but I could just use the bridge that I just built. So why not just use what I built, right? Oh, my hat! I forgot. Did I put on my hat when I went cut away real quick? I mean I didn't cut away anything. What are you fucking talking about? I mean I put my hat on when I left. You totally saw it. The less we speak about this, the better. Anyway, we're gonna cross this bridge, and we're going to make it up this valley over here. This part is pretty cool. I like this area. There's really not much to talk about in terms of the specific mission types of this game. Now, I feel like I brought up in the past about how there aren't that many variation in terms of missions. For instance, the real variation in the missions are make it to an area with your delivery, go to an area, grab the material that you need, come back. or vice versa, or go to an area, pick something up, and then go to a new place. Like the gather material missions that we just did for the mules. From the mules, not for the mules. We have some timed missions, like there's a mission later on where we have to deliver some pizza. I wonder if there's like, I think I saw some memes about that. I was on like this Metal Gear Facebook group, and someone like posted like, who carries pizza like this, the fucking heathen or some shit. It was like a picture of a dude holding a pizza vertically in a backpack, in a what's it called, in a what the hell is it? Like one of those like Whole Foods bags, you know, like one of those recyclable, or not recyclable, like reusable bags, like one of those like totes. Totes, that's what they're called. Yeah, canvas totes. I didn't have a major brain fart there. Shut up. But yeah, so it's like one of those things, and I saw that and it was pretty funny. Yeah, so like there's not really much to talk about in terms of like the mission variety, but what I do like about this game is the actual environments you go through. For instance, this mission, it may not be all that impressive in terms of variety due to the fact that we've already done many missions like this where we get an object, we go to an area, and we deliver it. Much like the West of Capital Not City Distribution Center, whatever the fucking thing is called. But we're going through a different environment. We're going through different hazards that we're going to be dealing with other than BTs and mules, you know? The first few missions have been interesting because we've gone through just rivers and stuff, you know, like the beginning of the game, and then we were introduced slowly into the BTs and what they're like, how to deal with them, with bringing Bridget to the incinerator. We have to climb up like a mountain and stuff.
For the help.
So that was interesting. Then that mission to the West Distribution Center, we had to go through a BT territory, suffer the was it autotoxemia with the BB, which shows what happens. You lose your scanner functionality, and then we had to go through some mule territory too. Actually, no, you lost the BB function after the mule territory. But regardless, you know, we went through BTs and mules. We dealt with both major like pretty much villains in this game. And shit, we even got caught by a BT in one of the BT things. I don't remember if it was the first one or the second. Oh, it was the first one. It was with Bridget, right? So like we've dealt with these hazards, these enemies, but we haven't dealt with environmental hazards. And now we're going to be starting to take a look at what this game has to offer in terms of environmental hazards. There are a few of them throughout the game. These are sandalweeds. Just real quick before I continue on with that. Sandalweeds are pretty much boots, but they do not take up any inventory on you. They're just an object that you carry, and let's say you run out of boots, right? Like your boots wear out all the way. What you can do is slip on some sandalweeds and you have some temporary protection. It's usually enough for most people to get to some prepper or some facility where you can then create more boots. So there's that. Now, so the environmental hazard in this area is the strong wind. And now strong wind affects you by depleting your stamina more quickly. Much like any other environmental hazard, usually snow and stuff like that, climbing up steep hills, things of that nature, tends to lower your stamina quite a bit faster than just regular rocky terrains. One way you can get around that is by sitting still behind something so that the wind isn't directly pushing you back. You're behind a giant rock like I was, and you could just sit there for a little bit, let your stamina regain. Unfortunately for us, it seems like it's beginning to rain, but it looks like there's a post box right here, so we're going to grab this material and we're going to just bring it over here. I really don't have much of a reason to carry this with me. I'm not going in that direction anytime soon, or at least not at the very moment. So I'm not going to be carrying any extra unnecessary weight. So let's put something in here, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Is it customize structure, dismantle structure, that ain't it, repair, upgrade. Do I gotta put it on my back? Do I have to like hold it? No, but he lets go. And he drops it, damaging it. Alright, there we go. I guess, I don't know, maybe I let go of it, beforehand, and then. But yeah, we're gonna deliver this lost cargo, and making sure someone else can take care of this while I'm not going in that direction. So that's pretty nice. And then we get like this cool little thing. We get some likes for it, but we don't get like a lot of likes like we would delivering the whole thing. So delivering lost cargo to post boxes, I guess, is pretty good, because it ensures that someone will eventually get around to doing so, which is always good. Yeah. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So strong wind is kind of annoying because you will constantly lose your stamina. As you can see, I'm losing my stamina. If you had a tower of stuff on your back, let's say you had a bunch of small things just stacked on you, that would actually lower your stamina even more because the wind is now pushing you back even stronger. So you have to just make sure that you plan ahead when dealing with environmental hazards like snow, like heavy, strong winds, heavy rain, fog, blizzards, stuff like that. Anything that you can think of that might happen in the real world will most likely happen in this game. Except for like tornadoes. Kind of. Sort of. We'll get there when we get there. That's not until chapter 4. But yeah, so this mission's actually pretty simple. You don't really have to deal with anything other than the heavy wind, if I believe correctly. I think there might be some BTs here, but they're not even that bad. Honestly, as long as you pay attention to your scanner, you should be fine. But yeah, and just like that, we made it over the first hump. We're like halfway there. We gotta go down this hill, and once we go down the hill, we will be there, I guess. We'll be able to deliver the power supply that they need in order to produce electricity, because they're a wind farm. Now, what I'm doing here is creating an anchor point just so that it's easier for me to descend. You don't have to do this. I'm sure Sam can make down this hill pretty easily. But I don't want to like I like to take caution when playing this game for the most part. I know you guys seen me fall down mountains. Okay, I'm not the most cautious kind of person. I'm sure you see me play a stealth game here or there, and I suck at it. These are all valid points. But when it comes to delivering goods, when it comes to being Sam Porter Bridges' Strand, I will do the best I can. So we're gonna like just hop up behind this tree, and we're gonna just jog lightly down here. It's not that bad, it's not a bad mission. Wow, it's getting really loud. Holy shoot. I forgot how loud this game can be. Yeah, fuck that, man. It's cold. I would not want your job, Sam. This job looks fucking annoying. Sam, do you get paid? Does Sam get paid? What is he a porter? Like, what does he get out of this? Other than, like, helping people. I guess that's a fair enough point. But, some people are selfish. Like, some people are like me, Like, helping people isn't exactly the best thing. It's... What do I get out of it? Do I get paid for this? Do I get paid to help people? I mean, I guess I get a place to live. I could go into a private room and shower, pee, and poop all I want. I got this BB. I got some stuff. Oh shit. BTs. That's not cool. Alright, let's check them out. Let's see, where are they? We're close to them. I sense them, but we're not specifically in their area at the very moment. It seems like. How are we? Sam. Porter Bridges. Strand. The man with the longest name gonna deal with BTs. Who knows? They're probably just gonna avoid them like always. I didn't bring the pea grenade. I mean, I'm sorry, not the pea grenade, the shower grenade. But I did explain how they work, so that should be more than enough, I guess. Alrighty, so What I tend to do with the BTs, and I feel like I've explained this before, but what I like to do with the BTs, in terms of avoiding them, is I just kind of see where the scanner is pointing, and I try my best to go in the direction that it's not pointing in. I know it's pretty obvious, but when I first played this game, like the first time dealing with the BTs, and you guys saw how I acted, like I didn't know what was going on. Eventually I figured it out, you know, but I was still trying to figure out how to see them, and then I realized that if I stood still, I don't know if I realized it here, but if I stood still, you can actually get a glimpse of them. You can actually see what they look like. And I don't think I pointed this out, but in the cutscene with Igor, you can actually see the BT kind of lightly. He was kind of in like the top right hand corner. If you like look back, you can see the BT just kind of like floating over Igor's head. It's pretty cool. So when the butterfly is clapping like this, that means it's pretty close. But when it starts rotating, that means it's like right in your fucking face, bro. See that shit? That's how close it was. That little umbilical cord. If that umbilical cord touches you, you're gone, bro. They will spot you, they will chase you, and you might have to deal with the thing. I advise when it's spinning to be holding your breath, actually. Just in case they start to chase you. But I'm cutting it like super close here. I'm like tempting fate. I'm like peeing on fate's fucking balls is what's happening right now. And we're going to just slowly maneuver our way out of BT territory. There aren't that many BTs left. We pretty much got through most of them, but here's another one that's really close. We're going to avoid them as best we can. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, so I can't see them because I'm not staying still. I'm still, I guess at this point I still didn't realize like staying still is what allows me to see them. Not so much the alright, so he was like dumb close right there. Let's just go around. Can't tell if I'm almost spotted yet. I'm about to make a big loud noise. Oh, I'm spotted. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go, boys. Alright, there we go. I got spotted by a BT. The BTs are pretty awesome, man. When they chase you, you can just, like, if the camera zooms out enough, you could just see the tar mark just splashing up, and you see like the handprints chasing. It's awesome. But yeah, once the BT grabs you, you can actually shake off these little minions. Or what you can do is throw a pea grenade, or as I come to find out, you could just straight up piss on them, and they'll back off a little bit. So keep that in mind if you ever get caught by a BT. Peeing on the ground is actually a good strategy to get them to back off. The BTs also have the ability to take your stuff off of you, so whatever's on your back, they can knock out of your back. So keep that in mind when dealing with BTs. They can get really annoying.
Easy, Sam. You're clear of BT territory. The Death Stranding's to blame for all of this. The gazers, the fall of America, everything. It warped the world beyond recognition. Humanity had to scramble like rats fleeing a sinking ship. But there's nowhere else to go. There's no future living like this. If we're to survive, we need to find another way. A way to overcome the BTs, the Death Stranding, the whole damn mess.
I have no idea what the gazers are. Are they just like the standard BTs? Because if so, what are the dolphins called? Because the big ones, the ones with like all the hands all over the place, those are called catchers. So I don't know what a gazer is. Or I'm sorry, did he say grazer or gazer? I didn't hear that. I think he said gazer. So I don't know what a gazer is off the top of my head. I think it's just standard BTs, like the ones that we were just dealing with. I think that's what they are.
Thank you. With this unit, we should be able to power the distro center via the Chiral network. Other places too, if it works. Here's hoping the UCA can put our electricity to good use. Mind if I have a look? Incredible. How'd you get this here? You fly?
Yes, indeed I do. I grow wings like a bird, and I fly down mountains normally. Sometimes I trip, and it's just like Now I just start falling. It just doesn't end. Just endless falling. Again, ignore the map. You did not see me run across the river into the river. That didn't happen. Okay, that was a hypothetical, purely hypothetical. I did not throw the metals into the river by accident. Okay. Nothing happened. Okay, I swear. Scout's honor or whatever. All right. Anyway, so this wind farm is pretty cool. They like generate electricity in using the wind power. That's pretty neat.
All we need now is a connection to the chiral network. Go for it.
All right, let's go, baby Jesus. Oh wait, baby Jesus is a real thing. Fuck. All right, fetus Jesus. Huh. That actually didn't sound that bad. Fetus Jesus? Jesus fetus? Fetus Jesus. Fetus Jesus! Away! Away! Fucking Mass Effect noise. Wow. The baby's so cute. He seemed like poking his head on the glass.
Network bandwidth is a limited resource, and every structure you build consumes it. However, as you increase your connection level, the bandwidth available to you will increase as well.
Yeah, so essentially it's don't put too much shit into the world because the bandwidth can't hold it. Now, I don't know if that only applies to you or if that applies to everyone that played this game. I have no idea. But yeah. So now we got generators. And generators are probably one of the most valuable sources, that you can build. They power your batteries, which doesn't sound like something important, but trust me, it is.
Thanks again. You know, I heard the rest of your team was wiped out. Makes what you're doing all the more incredible. You're a one-man expedition. I hope Amelie's doing as well as you. Wonder if she made it to Edgenot City yet. It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way. I've never met her in person, but it was an honor to travel with her all the same. When you see her, feel free to tell her I said so, huh?
Sam, got a moment? I ran an experiment with your blood. It seems you were onto something. After dispersing an aerosolized sample of your blood in BT territory, we observed reduced activity. While this is hardly definitive, as we have no other repatriates to whom we can turn for additional testing, it does suggest that the bodily fluids of repatriates are repellent to BTs. Mama had the idea of developing a weapon to test this theory. The prototype should be ready soon, and when it is, we'd like you to test it.
Sam, this is the perfect opportunity. We've almost got the whole region on the chiral network. All that's left is Port Knot City. Return to Capital Knot City so you can pick up relief supplies for Port Knot. By the time you arrive, we can give you the completed prototype in person. One other thing. It's not very often porters get out to that wind farm. While you're there, you should pick up any outstanding orders. No sense coming all the way back here empty-handed if there's work to be done. Have a look at that delivery terminal.
But it makes it saves on time. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm helping out, I guess, but I don't have to. I mean, I only get the star benefits from delivering shit to here, not doing stuff.
Congrats, Sam. You're cleared to take on open orders. While they're not as high priority as the ones specifically assigned to you, if you're already heading a certain way and you have room to spare, it couldn't hurt to do a little more, right? Just because they're not mission critical doesn't mean they're not important to someone. So why not do a good deed or two?
Because I'm inherently a selfish person, okay? That's why, Mama, alright? I don't like doing stuff that I don't have to do. Does that make me an asshole? Maybe. Maybe it does. Okay? Okay.
Hey, great work. That wind farm you've brought into the network is essential for our continued expansion. By way of reward, I've added a little something to your PCC. A generator option. Generators recharge the batteries of all nearby devices. That includes machines, bikes, and other battery-powered vehicles.
Yep, and I'm almost positive I mentioned that before she ever did. So, woo! Alright, so we're going to be carrying like 6 things of resin back to the distribution center west of Capital City. I don't remember if I cut this out. Let me see. Because that's just me backtracking, you know, so it's not like... Yeah, I just pretty much cut out all the way until something important happened. So we're not going to be seeing that entire thing, so we're just going to just pack all the resins onto my back, including the PCC. There's no real reason to carry the PCC. I'm not going to build anything with it right now. But yeah, we're going to head out, grab our stuff, and then we're going to just go to whatever the fucking area we were going to is. I literally just took the same path back. There was no BTs. I didn't deal with any BTs on the way back. So there's that. And it was an uneventful thing, really. So now that we're back at the West Distribution Center near Capital Knot City, we also got this call.
Hey Sam, you could probably get that bike running again if you charged it with a generator. Why not give it a try?
Well, you see, the only reason stopping me from charging it for the generator is the fact that I would have to build a generator. Okay, mama? Jeez. You know what it takes to build a generator around here? It takes a PCC and a few fucking resources that we all have, okay? I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh shit, the scanner indicates deep water? Oh, that would make things a whole lot easier. I never realized that. I didn't... Yeah, sometimes the little words on the side, like the tips and stuff that appear when you're playing the game, sometimes you're so into like actually playing the game, or at least for me, I'm so into playing the game that I kind of like don't even register the tips popping up. And like there's some really useful tips like learning how to punch, and the fact that the scanner tells you that there's deep water. You know, it's like, I feel like it's like a no shit kind of thing, but as someone who didn't pay attention to all the messages popping up, it's just interesting to see that now that I'm not actually like physically playing the game. So that's pretty neat.
I can't imagine what a chore that must have been. Thank you.
It was literally not even that big a deal.
Do things by halves, do you? Hard to believe one man could bring in a hole this big. Then again, you are a legend.
I literally carried like 6 things. It wasn't that heavy. It was like maybe 80 kilograms. I could hold 125. It took me what, like 10 minutes to get here. Like, please, you're amping me up too much, friend. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not some superhuman, even though I am a superhuman. You don't have to worry about it. I literally took the same path. Okay, like I wasn't avoiding nothing, just taking the same path. Oh, that actually reminds me. I didn't talk about the roads in this game. Oh yeah, there's a song that played. But you know that because I earned a song. Whenever you earn a song, that means it played while you were walking. One thing I would like to mention is the road system. So as you progress throughout the game, and the more that this game is out in circulation in like real life, like the more people that play it, the more people walk certain paths, the more of an Animal Crossing effect happens. Like the newer Animal Crossing games, like the more if you walk on a certain path, the more it degrades. I literally did this in like 6 minutes. Amazing.
I don't know anyone who's done more to bring people together and get them back on their feet. It's hard to believe you're just one guy. Can't help wondering if the Great Deliverer isn't actually a small army. Because it sure seems like whenever someone's in trouble, you're there to lend a hand. It's enough to make me think you just might make it all the way to the coast. Good luck out there. I'll be rooting for you.
Dude, I literally just deliver your packages, man. That's like me going to the mailman and being like, "You're the best. You help everyone out. You go out of your way to bring old ladies across the street." It's like, bro, relax, man. Just Just doing my job here. As is. I'm not doing nothing. Not doing nothing. Anything important. Just doing my job. You know. Anyway, what's our next mission? We're gonna be doing the urgent Cryptobiote delivery to Capital Knot City.
This is a somewhat unusual order. You're going to want to review the key points in the summary.
So this is interesting. This mission has a time limit of 30 minutes to deliver it all the way to Capital Knot City, as well as a do not submerge clause, because what we are bringing is a case of live cryobites. And if you submerge them in water, they die. So don't do that. Pretty simple.
That's a breathable container, remember? For its passengers' sake, don't immerse it in water.
I'm going to drown the fuck out of these bugs. Okay, I'm going to do it, but only because you told me not to. That's how I am as a person. That's how I will be as a person. That's all I've ever been as a person. I do the opposite that you tell me to do, and I will keep doing the opposite that you tell me to do. Probably. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I'm dumb sometimes. Don't listen to me. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing special about this mission other than when crossing rivers, just take great heed that you're not submerging the contents within it. There are ways around this, and I'm actually going to be doing one of them. So the way that I went around it is by having the cryobites as high up on my body as possible. And by that, I mean I pushed it all the way on top of another thing so that it was the highest point when I bend over. That only makes sense if you understand where I'm going with this. Because I'm going to be building a generator in order to power a bike, which gives me more height so that the bugs don't drown. Keep in mind that you don't necessarily have to worry about the time limit. I don't think the time limit is even that important, honestly. This game has missions with time limits in it, and they all aren't that stressful. The only one I can think of that was kind of stressful is maybe the one at the end of episode 3. Maybe. Like, that's the only one I can think of that was really stressful, but even that one, you had like 20 minutes to make it to an area that doesn't take 20 minutes to get to, you know, so it's not that bad. So what I'm going to do is stupidly put it on the bike, because you can do that. And what I'm going to do is go and build myself a generator so that I can charge up this bike. What you actually want to do is keep it on your back. I wasn't thinking, because the boxes themselves are much lower to you. Luckily for me that I didn't cross so many deep waters, so I didn't have to worry about that. Now, in order to change structures, you just push down on the D-pad, but I'm an idiot and I didn't realize that, so what I ended up doing was building a post box by accident. So I had to run and grab another PCC. I was like, oh fuck, I just built a post box instead of a generator. I'm dumb. I didn't know that at the time. I kind of built it and I was like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. Post box? Fuck. Alright, that was an accident. But yeah, you want to go and press down so you can switch to the generator.
The paths we walk become roads, Sam. See the tracks you left behind? They tell a story. If you were a spy on a mission, you'd have failed. But you're not. So
yeah, shut the fuck up, Die-Hardman. Alright, so what he's talking about is the roads thing. He's actually going to finish what he's saying in a second. But I'm just going to pretty much brief it. So you build roads, the more areas you go, the more other people travel the same areas that you do, the same paths and stuff, the more roads are built. This dirt patch right here is a road. Essentially what it is just a long stretch of road that you can follow, and it isn't what's the term I'm looking for? It's not easy for you to fall on it because there's like no rocks on it. There's no like treacherous terrain to travel over or anything. It's just straight, solid ground. It's road that you can just walk on, or in my case, drive on. I'm going to be using the roads to follow. They're actually super useful, especially in keeping keeping awareness of your direction and like where you're going. So you can actually just follow the roads and eventually you'll land where you're going, because each road connects from point to point, from location to location. And you're going to be seeing that as we progress throughout the game. Whenever we connect the bandwidth from area to area, we're going to be building new roads. So here's a bridge, and here's a watchtower, and here's a generator. And that circle is the area of effect that the generator can have. So we're just going to build the generator. It's not going to take that long to build. 17 seconds. And then we can just hop onto the vehicle once it's all charged. And we're wasting time, of course, because we have 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is nothing. Structures you build in the world do deteriorate over time. Conditions like timefall and other wind conditions and such do damage structures. Also, I want to mention something real quick. Those invisible rocks right there that you saw, those allow you to recharge faster whenever you hold circle. And I'm not going to show this off until much later, but when you hold circle in this game, Sam will sit down, he can rest. And resting can refill your stamina. But if you rest on top of a rock, like one of those invisible rocks, it increases your stamina much quicker. So that's all the invisible rocks do. I didn't know that until this morning when I watched this video by some YouTuber. I think his name was like Editon or Edit Dot, something like that. But yeah, he showed off some cool things, some things I didn't even think of. But yeah, they're pretty neat. So now we get to talk about the driving. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like the driving mechanic with the motorcycle. To my knowledge, also you can destroy shit. Don't destroy shit. I panicked there. I had no idea what was happening. I like abandoned ship. I was like, oh no. It's like, yeah, don't hit materials with your truck because they will automatically destroy them. Keep that in mind. Obviously, don't destroy shit. But from my knowledge, there are two vehicles that you can drive. You can drive a motorcycle or you can drive a truck. Like in the beginning of the game with Igor, that was one of the trucks. You can actually drive those. The driving in this game is very, very wonky. Both trucks and motorcycles have a turbo mode where you press the left analog stick to turbo. Same way like you sprint, it's the same thing. To sprint is you just hold the left trigger and he like starts to run a little bit. Same thing. As you're driving, holding R2, you press the left analog stick and you can turbo. You go a lot faster, but it drains your battery much quicker, which is that little meter on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Driving is finicky. I like driving with the motorcycle because you have a lot of control with the motorcycle. And we're going to be seeing this with the truck when we unlock the truck later, but I feel like with the truck you have like no control over the truck. Like the truck just does whatever the fuck it wants. You lose control of that shit and it's over, man. You're going to be like slip sliding all over the place. Oh yeah, adrenaline rushes. I didn't mention that. When you're in enemy territory and they see you, Sam gets a burst of energy, an adrenaline rush, and his stamina fills up all the way back up. Even if you only have like 1 bar of 4 stamina bars, like hatched out, like hatch marked out, it's just a way to make sure you have enough energy to run away. That's all it does. Yeah, it's super useful. The only reason why I'm showing this entire path, other than just cutting it out, is because I wanted to show off the driving with the trike. This is the first time we get to drive the trike, and we get to see like how finicky it is. Small things like rocks can hinder you immensely when driving, especially with the truck for whatever reason. Like the smallest rock will stop you dead in your tracks. Again, we're going to be seeing that much later when I start driving the trucks a little bit. This is a motorcycle, so it can do motorcycle things. If you want to pop a wheelie, pop a wheelie. Actually, I advise popping wheelies because the trike is very versatile. You can climb up mountains with it. You can avoid rocks with it. Shit, you can even ride on like ladders with it. I did that by just fucking around. I wanted to see if the motorcycle can climb on a ladder. So I had a ladder placed over a bridge, over a river. and you could just drive your bike on a ladder. It's great. The video I saw this morning said you needed 2 ladders, but that's not true. You only need 1 ladder. It's hilarious. But just note that the truck doesn't allow you to do that. You can't do that with the truck. You can't pop like a few ladders down and then expect a truck to drive with ladders, because the ladders will break immediately and you'll just like fall off a cliff if you do that. It's pretty funny. So water and trucks and bikes. Trucks and trikes can go through rivers and water and stuff, but it will deplete their energy much faster. So my advice is to pretty much just speed on through the rivers if you can. So if you just hit that sprint button in like the narrowest part of a river, you're just gonna like fly through it. You're gonna consume less battery sprinting through it most likely than you would driving through the river. Note that you will lose your bike if you go into deep water. Like there, that was so close. I could have drowned the fucking Cryobiotes right there. Oh, I think I realized that actually. I was like, oh shit, I could have killed them. So I'm gonna put them on my back because that's the smart thing to do. We're just gonna put them on my back real quick. And there we go. Cut that out real quick. We don't have to see that shit. So let's carry the bites on my back and then wheelie my way through the water. And see what I'm saying? Like, I can't climb over this. This is ridiculous. Like, why can't I have to wheelie to climb up a small ledge? It's ridiculous. Up deep water. Ooh, that could have killed the Cryobiotes, most definitely. Oh, hey, West Destination, West Station. I'm going to be heading in that direction. I should have picked those up, but it's fine. Not that big a deal. And just like that, we made it back to Capital Knot City. I don't know when I experienced this glitch. I don't remember if it was like early game or late game. But there's a glitch in this game, like an audio glitch, that happens when a music plays and you talk to someone in a terminal. The people on the terminal will actually sound muted and a lot more distant. Because I guess the music is still playing in the background, although you can't actually hear the music. It's a really weird glitch that happens. So I really hope that they update that, because that's something that I feel like is uncommon enough that not many people will experience it. But when you do, it's like, oh, that's weird, you know. But yeah, so now we made it to Capital Knot, so we can deliver our deliveries and take on the mission. Sam.
First, deliver your cargo, then you can take on new requests.
Yeah, no shit, Die-Hardman. Like, you don't have to explain that to me. I kind of figured that. I took my sweet ass time. I didn't really take too long.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for the delivery. Well, Sam Bridges does it again. Cryptobiote should be fine. Much obliged.
You're welcome, Nick. I forgot his name. I had to look at it real quick. Wow, no damage? I thought I drowned them for sure. Holy shit. I guess it was just high enough. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I guess I could have cut that out because of like the whole backtracking thing, but like I said, that was just the first time you get to see the trike in action, so I wanted to show that off. But yeah. And that was the song Easy Way Out. I think that's by the Low Roar. Most of the music in this game is from Low Roar, but there are like a few tracks from other bands out there. I think one of them was Silent Poets. I can't remember what the other one's called off the top of my head. But we're going to be seeing their music later on throughout the game, so don't worry about it. And with those 2 deliveries in hand, we almost have a 5-star delivery rate with them. That's pretty cool. And delivery time you can only increase by doing missions that have time limits on them. There aren't that many, at least not many for Sam, like orders for Sam, but there are a lot of standard orders that Sam can do that have time limits.
Okay, safe travels.
You too, friend.
There's something different about you. Can't quite put my finger on what. But I swear, I'm not imagining it.
Thanks.
I'm impressed, Sam. You've brought pretty much the entire region together. But the further west you head, the more you're going to have to deal with BTs. Now, we're always looking for new, more permanent solutions. And we know your blood has a measurable effect on them. I told you before that Mama's developing a weapon to leverage that, which is why we need a way to artificially produce more of it. Hence the cryptobiotes. But maybe you already figured it out. If all goes according to plan, we might be able to turn the tide. But first, it's time to bring Port Knot City into the UCA. The order from Die-Hardman is waiting on the delivery terminal.
Alrighty, so new order from Die-Hardman.
Please access delivery.
Yes, I got you, delivery terminal.
Sam, I received word from Mama that she's completed her anti-BT weapon. Prototypes of her design form a part of your next shipment. A delivery of relief supplies for the people of Port Knot City. Port Knot City is a fair distance from BT territory, but the weapons should come in handy if any stray too close. They'll also provide people with the means to defend themselves when traveling outside the city limits. The shipment also includes a variety of medicines, as well as human sperm and egg samples. These specimens are essential for maintaining genetic diversity as they were donated by civilians living outside the major population centers. By taking advantage of Chiralium's temporal properties, we can ensure they remain viable for as long as required. After the shipment's been processed, connect the Cupid. Now, once that's done, the entire region will be integrated into the Chiral network. Afterwards, you'll be pushing on to Lake Knot City. So we've included relief supplies for the people there as well. Of course, to get there, you'll need to cross over the lake in between. Details on that will be in a second order you'll need to accept then. Without a doubt, this will be your longest run for us to date. Make sure you've got everything you need.
This may be the longest run to date, but this is not the longest run of the game. Trust me. This is not the longest run of the game. At least in the story mode of the game. So we do have a few other missions that I don't feel like doing.
Sam, double check the order summary.
Why are you telling me to double check the order summary? I'm not doing it. Big boy. Jeez. Anyway, before we continue on with the game, I'm going to take a quick little nap just to recharge my stamina. If I was smart, I would have put the bike on there, but I didn't know that I could do that at the time. I found that out on a whim, actually, that you can repair your bike by putting it on top of the elevator. So we're going to take a nap. I don't think we're going to do anything specific in the private room, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just... Nope. All right, never mind. I might be wrong. All right, what did past me do in here? I don't remember. Why am I showing this off? Oh, mail? Did I show off mail? Did I pee? What happened? What did I do? What am I showing? Normally I cut these out. Don't wink at me, Norman Reedus. Don't wink at me. Oh, am I taking a shower? Alright, cool. I guess I'm gonna take a shower. I'm almost positive I showed off a shower scene before, so this is totally unnecessary. We got to see Norman Reedus' butt, though. If you're into that. Hot. Look at them. Hands. Hands on his hams. Oh. Dude, this shower is lit. It like fucking dried me off as I got out of there. I didn't need a towel or nothing. Just pop out. Fucking out of there, boy. Stop winking at me, Norman Reedus. God, it's annoying. Let's check up on the BB. Did I check on the BB? Yes. Let's poke the BB. Soothe the BB. Go back from the BB. Because I clicked the wrong button. Probably. What did I do? Oh, now I'm checking my equipment. Why am I checking my equipment? Jesus, why did I keep this in? Shit, I probably just overlooked this. Am I showing off the customization? Because I don't think I shut that off. But yeah, you can customize anything, including hats. Like any clothing you got. Like you can... I like the red. The red looks cool. But yeah, you can customize the hats. You can customize the sunglasses. Later on, you can customize the suit. You can customize... This game is really customizable. I'm going to keep it black, though, because I like the black. The black on white lettering just looks really good. We're going to make the Loon's glasses clear, though. Clear glasses with black, I think. I was liking the white, but honestly, I think the black works better. But what I didn't realize is so I wanted it to look like a mask is what I was going for. Because I didn't realize it was clear. I thought it was white. But no, it's clear. They're like prescription glasses now. Instead of being like sunglasses. But I kept them like that just because they still look cool. But yeah, later on in the game, we're going to be expanding our weapon cases. We have 3 cases worth of weapons. Usually you can hold like 4 weapons in each case, I think. So there's not that many weapons in the game. But here we have the EX grenades, the pee, poop, and shower ones. And then over here, we have some other thing. Yeah, we're not going to be taking a look at until a little later. But you have a few set of grenade weapons in this game. You have EX grenades, which allow you to push the BTs around, like I mentioned earlier on in this episode. But the prototype grenades that we're going to be getting are hermetic grenades, and those actually kill BTs. So we're going to be seeing those later. I think this is the end of the session is what was happening here. I was just sitting around just waiting because I was going to cut out and then start a new session, which is what happened right here.
Take a look. This is what the world looked like hundreds of millions of years ago. It was just one big continent. And do you know what this is? The moon. I'll show you the real thing soon. I promise. The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
I don't think that's how space travel works, friend. Strange man. Whomever you are. He doesn't seem that important to the story. Psh. Talking about the moon. Nonsense. Anyway, we're going to be heading over to Port Knot City, which is pretty much just backtracking all the way until you make it to the West Distribution Center.
That's a transfusion bag containing blood drawn from you. While equipped, it'll gradually replenish yours.
Yeah, these are extremely useful. Blood bags are extremely useful. You want to create a few of them. I don't think I have utility bags at the moment.
Sam, this is our first attempt at developing an anti-BT weapon. I had to work fast with what we had, so they're basically modified hand grenades. At least, that's how they're meant to function. They've never actually been tested in the field. Who knows? You might be the first person to kill a BT. And wouldn't that be something? But, even if they do work, don't forget that they're fueled by your blood. Use too much, and you'll give yourself anemia.
Yeah, anemia. That sounds fun. So, yes, these are the first weapons you're going to be getting. The hermetic grenades. They're going to be your best friends throughout this entire playthrough. They kill standard BTs, those like humanoid ones, in one grenade for the most part. And the blood bags are useful, especially if you have a utility pouch. Now, I don't know if I have a utility pouch off the top of my head. I made way too many blood bags. And later on in the game, you're going to be creating grenade pouches. And those will be super useful because then you can hold a ton of grenades without carrying a bunch of shit on your back that is taking up all this weight. You know what I'm saying? Hermetic grenades, for every grenade you make, you get 5 grenades. You get 5 uses. So every space on my back that's a hermetic grenade, I technically have 5 grenades. It doesn't work like that with the EX grenades. The EX grenades, for every grenade you make, only makes 1 grenade. So you only get 1 use for each EX grenade, which means if I take a piss 7 times in the toilet in the private room, I make 7 grenades. Or up to 7 grenades, like minimum. I will have to carry 7 different boxes. Instead of the hermetic grenades, if I make 3 grenades, I only have to carry 3 of them, and I get 15 shots. This is pretty much what I'm getting at. So for right now, we're going to divert the weight by putting some on the bike.
Up for performing an experiment with hermetic grenades? Might be worth taking a look.
Yeah, I was going to test them out if I needed them, but like, I'm not planning on dying yet. Rude. Now, I haven't tested the grenades on human enemies, so I don't know if the blood grenades work on the mules. But you do get weapons for the mules too, so don't worry about them too much. Right now, just really focus on the Strand right now. And honestly, I wouldn't even like worry about the mules, because you can just avoid them. You could just plan a route around their encampment. You don't actually have to ever cross a mule territory. You can just take the long way around and like climb up a mountain, which sometimes I feel like is probably the better choice, especially if you have like a ton of stuff like I'm carrying right now. If you don't have like a bike or something, it's probably better that you go around the territory by climbing a mountain. And they wouldn't like attack you. They would have a hard time attacking you.
Sam, having dooms gives you advantages most folks don't have. But as capable as you are, you're also a member of Bridges now. An organization filled with experts in a whole variety of fields, all of whom are ready and willing to help. The team is here for you, Sam. All you have to do is ask. Got it? Good.
So, one cool thing about the bike and truck that I didn't mention is that they're capable of jumping. If you press the X button, you'll jump with the trike or jump with the truck. You can combine that with the sprint, and you can cover large distances. You can even jump on the trike while popping a wheelie, which is pretty cool, and it gives you likes from the BB. So, essentially doing things that are fun gives likes from the BB. And getting likes from the BB is pretty cool, because then it increases your connection with him, or with it. Sorry. And that's pretty much it. Driving is pretty simple, albeit it can get a little wonky. I like the driving with the trike, but I don't like the driving with the truck. Later on in the game, I pretty much try avoiding the driving with the truck unless like I think it's necessary. So I don't know, because this is the thing with the truck. You know, I'll touch upon it when we get to the truck, because like I can show it off better with the truck. I tried clearing this. I thought maybe that's how you're supposed to jump, but 'cause, you know, you jump like physically jumping the bike with the X button. Okay, so I guess I do have utility pouches. So what I could have did was just put the blood bag in the pouches instead of carrying them in my back. I didn't realize I had one. But yeah, so your utility pouch can hold up to 4 blood bags. And if I'm not mistaken, you can make more later on. Kind of the similar idea of putting grenade pouches on you so you can hold like more grenades. You can make more blood bag, more utility pouches so you can carry more blood bags. So yeah, blood bags are super useful. I would make them if necessary. Like if you know you're gonna be dealing with BTs, which will be taken care of. Oh yeah, do I hit this guy? I'm gonna wheelie the fuck out of this guy. Let's go, boy. Big boy, hit him. My way. Anyway, yeah, if you know you're gonna be like fighting like BTs and stuff, I would recommend making a lot of blood bags because that way you don't lose health when throwing grenades or using any of the other weapons out there. I think the grenades take 50 milliliters of blood to use, and you have 1,000, so keep that in mind. I don't remember how much the blood bags contain, but they're definitely useful, especially when you lose health, because when you lose health, the blood bags will just heal you right back up over time. Like it's kind of like it's not like overtime, but it's not like automatic either, but it's like somewhere in between. Like it just gradually heals you relatively quickly. So yeah, it's pretty useful. And now we're entering BT territory. We get to see what it's like to deal with BTs. Now, occasionally your trikes and trucks will stall. I think it has something to do with the BTs. I don't actually know the exact reason why it does that. But I've noticed that occasionally when you're dealing with like the dead, you tend to stall your equipment. Or rather, your equipment tends to stall. But luckily for me, I'm on a bike, so I don't really have to worry about the BTs unless they're like right in my face. You know, unless like I bump into one directly into my face, then I have to worry about it. But since I can just outrun them, I don't really have to deal with the BTs at the moment. And just like that, I passed them. And we're already at West District Center, Capital, whatever. This place. So yeah, if we wanted to, we could take a small break, repair our bike by putting in the thing, taking a nap, getting our health and stamina, coming right back out. I do recommend stopping in distribution centers the longer the traveling. Like if you have to make a quick travel, rather if you have to take a long trip, I would recommend
Sam, it's Hartman.
Stopping
Your
and getting
friend
stuff.
and fellow doom sufferer. Our affliction, such as it is, began with the beach, or rather, our discovery of it. Once, the question of life after death was answered only by religion and philosophy. But when we learned of the beach's existence, death became something more tangible, knowable. The living soon walked the shores of the afterlife, while dead things, beached things, began to find their way back. And then came dooms, and with it a host of theories advanced by physicians and psychologists, desperate to explain the world's newest mystery. The symptoms were duly categorized and stratified into levels. But repatriates like you are a singularly rare breed, worthy of a classification all your own. The specialists must have been climbing over one another to get a look at you. I wonder what they found.
Alright, thanks about that, Hartman. I guess I feel a little bit better about myself, probably. I don't know. Was I molested? Was Sam molested? Is that what happened? Are you telling me that I was touched, Hartman? Anyway, we're going to be entering BT territory again, as that sign describes, probably. But I wanted to mention that the rocky terrain. So, when dealing with rocks and... Yeah, my car stalled, so... I mean, my bike stalled, so yeah, we're going to be dealing with BTs. When dealing with rocks and driving, I will say that the bike is the best option, because it could just wheelie over certain things. Whereas I've noticed that the truck has a very hard time dealing with like the smallest pebbles. Sometimes if one of the wheels like hits a rock, it just like stops dead in its tracks, or even worse, it just loses control altogether. It's ridiculous. And albeit you're going to be experiencing that with the bike too. If you hit a rock, you're going to be stopping dead in your place too. But at least with the bike, I could just wheelie over it, you know. And especially since I learned that you can jump with the bike, like it just made it even better, you know. Right there, that rock fucked me over because now the BT just caught up to me. And this rock. Fuck those rocks in particular. Fuck that rock in particular. Fuck this rock in particular. Up, and I literally just ran right into a BT doing that. Yep, I ran right into a BT. So don't worry when you run into a BT with your bike. It's not that big a deal. Your bike will still be there. And unfortunately for me, I got captured. But this is a good time to be captured because now I'm able to defend myself. And here is a dolphin. I don't know what these are called. I don't think these are the gazers. I think the gazers are the standard BTs, but I actually do not know. So we're going to be carrying, we're going to be equipping, rather, our grenades. And I missed the first grenade. That was the first one. Shit, so let's get to steady ground, and we're going to start throwing grenades right into it. And you can see it has a health bar. It's going to take a few grenades to kill this big-ass dolphin thing. I mean, it's not a catcher. I don't actually know what these are called. I gotta look this up. But yeah. So the blood that Sam throws, or rather his own blood, does a lot of damage to BTs. And each BT has its own health bar on normal, at least. I'm speaking on normal difficulty sake. Standard BTs typically only take one blood grenade. Albeit there are variants of the normal BTs. I think those are the gazers, so I'm going to be calling those gazers. There are variants of the typical gazers that won't go down in one grenade, but we'll be talking about those later. And they're far and few in between, so you don't have to worry. Now, I know I made more grenades. I know that, right? But I'm an idiot, okay? So you see that 1-/2 on the bottom right-hand corner? The thing that prominently says change page? Yeah, I didn't see that for the longest time. So what I ended up doing, by the way, that black and red circle over there, that is the
Looks like you've got
tar
an empty
area.
container there, huh?
Yep.
Feel free to submit junk like that to Bridges. You might not have a use for it, but we do.
Cool. Anyway, like I was saying, that black and red circle on the map, that is the area of tar that this dolphin is responsible for. So if we actually get out of that bound, we don't have to deal with the dolphin. Keep that in mind. But I ain't no bitch. I'm going to take down this friggin' dolphin. So, how am I going to do that, you ask? Well, I'm going to painstakingly fiddle around with my cargo until I get a non-empty equipment because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to change pages because I'm too stupid enough to see the fucking bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And that's what I mean by the menus not being intuitive. Because if it was intuitive, I would have seen that nearly immediately. I feel like it's just the fact that it's positioned on the lower right-hand corner, away from what you're actually looking at, is what makes it so that it's hard for me to actually, like, catch it. I think I only noticed it when I stared at the screen long enough, like trying to figure it out. And I didn't figure it out until like a little later. But yeah, just like that, we were able to kill off the dolphin. And we're going to kill off this thing and then explode into Chiralium crystals. It's pretty cool looking.
Incredible. Simply incredible. For the first time in history, a human being has defeated a BT. Were you not a repatriate, I doubt it would have been possible. Not only does contact with your fluids pose no risk of triggering a void out, but in much the same way as your car is rejected by the beach. Your blood can be used to expel BTs from our world and return them to the other side. You've given us hope, Sam. Perhaps we may yet be saved.
Oh, okay, so no, the dolphins are catchers then. Okay, so then what the fuck are the big ones? So the dolphins are catchers, and what are the big enemies? I'm sure I'll figure that out when, by the time we're going to be dealing with them. And then we have like the lions, which I don't know what they're called, and we have the whale, which I don't know what they're called either. So I'm going to have to look up like the enemies, what they are. But like I said, you don't have to worry about the tar rooting your bike. It still works. It's fine. Just keep in mind that it will get damaged. So if you're on your bike and you, I don't know, say you crash into like 20 rocks that rock will do damage to your bike, but it won't destroy it right away. You know, your bike has a certain amount of damage level, and it will break eventually. So we're going to throw on my cargo onto there so that I don't have to carry it. And we're going to just drive. I don't think the container repair spray will fix the bike. I don't think that's how it works. Although that would be cool if it did. Imagine like having a container repair spray and a damaged bike and just and it like fixes it. That'd be pretty cool. But we're almost actually to it's not Lake Knot City, it's Port Knot City, right? We're going to Port Knot City first. So yeah, we're actually almost close to Port Knot City, believe it or not. Around this rocky terrain, there's going to be like this big ass hill with some more rocky terrain that we could just coast on the way down, so we don't have to worry about battery consumption. But yeah, Port Knot City is not that far from Distribution Center west of Capital Knot City. That fucking area is such a mouthful to say. But yeah, I can't believe I commentated over 2 hours of this video, and I only took one break. That's just not because I wanted to rest my voice or anything, but just I had to take a second to take a step away from the computer to do something. But yeah, we are almost to the top of this mountain, and honestly, I think the rest of this video after this mission is just straight up cutscene. But yeah, so it's funny that my game is telling me about utility pouches and I'm just blatantly ignoring everything it has to say. But look at this like scenery though, look at this shit. This is so beautiful, look. You see all the rocks and I can crash into like the tiniest fucking pebble. And then you can look over and you can see like the foggy mountains and stuff. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could probably go over there and check out those mountains. I'm sure there's like no invisible walls over there. It's pretty neat. Yep, and there it is. There's Port Knot City. And let's not fall down a cliff. Okay, I like this bike. Okay, let's see if we can coast down, find a way around, which we can. There's an area right over here where the hill like slopes down. And what's really cool is that now I don't think this is like revolutionary or groundbreaking. I'm sure other games have done this, but it's just really neat that this game has it too. But you could just like let go of the gas button, like right here, and then just let the bike coast all the way down. It's just a really nice, like I'm not hitting the gas, I'm literally just letting it coast. And the occasional like brake to make sure I'm making the turns correctly. Like it's awesome. This is such a great like little detail that you could do. It's so minuscule, but like it's such a great like thing that was added. I don't know. I like it when games do stuff like this. I guess I'm just impressed by like the small things. I don't know. Whew. Hello! I wanted to like the bike, but I couldn't like the bike. Let's soothe BB, because BB did have to go through a terrifying experience. Can we like soothe? Hello BB. We're gonna soothe BB really quickly, just to make them all happy. Because I didn't do that. After fighting the catcher, you know, it really did like drain his little spirit, increase his stress a little bit. We can't have that. We need to make sure that BB is A-okay. But yeah, let's roll, Sam. Let's get on to Port Knot City. Let's finish this chapter up. We are almost there. You see that big triangle-looking thing? That's our destination. Almost there. Woo! I can't wait to wait 8.5 hours for this video to render out. So yeah, by the time I'm recording this, I've actually rendered out episodes 1 and 2, and I've noticed that it takes an hour per every 15 minutes of render time, which means for every half hour it's going to take 2 hours, which means for every hour it's 4 hours, which means that this video is going to take about 10 hours minimum to render out. I can't wait to spend all day to render out one video. Which is why I want to do like a side mission, game along this one. I haven't started, but I was supposed to start recording Jimmy Neutron, but I'm an idiot and I left it at home instead of recording it with my girlfriend. So, yeah, we fucked up. So we tried like other games. I have some other really bad games. They weren't entertaining though, so you won't be seeing that footage. Actually, I deleted it all. But yeah, maybe I'll do it one day. I don't know. Maybe I won't. The game was horrible. But yeah, so we're going to finish the delivery. We're going to go into our private room after, and we're going to just sit back and watch some cutscenes. And that's pretty much it. That was order number 14. Aid package delivery, Port Knot City.
You the porter? The one-man army sent to do the work of a team? You and your 2 feet to fill all them boots. Cargo's in perfect condition. I won't lie, that's some feat.
Bro, how's it in perfect condition? I got grabbed by a BT and they all fell on the floor. Yeah, see that one took 1 damage. It's not perfect. It has like a small dent. It's like I like poked it with a stick. You know, it's not perfect. It could be better. But I'm almost positive I got an S rank on this one. Even with the small amount of damage. Honestly, it's not that bad getting like 50% damage. It's pretty lenient, I feel like. The only way that you'd fuck it up that much is if you just like fall on your face the entire way there. But yeah, like, I don't think you have to really worry about the 50% damage thing. Unless you're dealing with a bunch of mules, then yeah, you might have to worry about the 50% thing. I didn't think about that until just now. Well, anyway. Ooh, that's +7. Oh, is it +8? Is it gonna be? Oh no, it's just +7. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So we had 18 delivery volume. We're almost there to 20, and we almost have 20 on miscellaneous. That's pretty good.
So you here to usher us into a new chiral age or some shit?
Yeah. That cool?
Hell yeah, go for it. Been waiting forever and a day for this.
Alright, here we go. Jesus feed us. Here we go. And Jesus feed us. Oh, wait, hold on. Not yet, not yet. And Jesus feed us. Love it. We're going to be seeing every one of these. It's hard to tell, but like the little scanner turns into a cross when he does that. It's really funny. And like I mentioned, the BB is in control of the scanner, unless Sam hits it for like to look for packages. It's pretty funny. But yeah, and with that, we pretty much did everything in episode 2 that's worth doing, like story mode wise.
Wait.
You look like Igor, kind of.
Where'd you get that? That little guy.
He's a BB. I got him pretty good.
Same as mine. Where the hell did you get it?
Oh, the Ludens.
Yeah, I can't really say. With the little guy, he came with the pod, if you gotta know.
And who'd you get the pod from?
Igor, from Corpse Disposal.
My little brother. So, what? He just gave one of these to you. Why?
I was there with him, at the end. We were moving a body. Things went to shit. There's BTs everywhere. And one of them grabbed him. So he told me to take it and run.
That right. So what's your story? You lived through a catastrophe like that, only to keep on doing the same work?
You know, I question it every day.
Okay. Been a long time coming, I suppose. You take good care of that little guy. He belongs with the expedition. With you.
All right.
this with you too, I reckon. Can't think of anyone who could use it more.
Is it a new hat? I like new hats. What is it? It's Hematic grenades. Wait, how'd you get these? Hold the fuck. This is my blood. How the hell did you get my blood? You fucking weirdo. You can't carry organic shit through the Chiral network. You got a repatriate or something over there? Are you just telling me to fill this up with my blood? You fucking... That's racist. It's racist to repatriates. Sorry, I'm retarded. I'm having a little too much fun saying nonsensical words. But thanks, I appreciate it. I like new supplies.
Sam, you've done it. Port Knot City is back on the grid. This community, a part of the UCA. Their data, a part of our shared wisdom. With enough time and enough chiral printers, they'll be able to build ships. And one day, the waters will be ours again. All because you led the way. Though what follows in your wake isn't always good. Any city that joins the UCA becomes a bigger target for the terrorists. But we have to accept the dangers and press on, no matter what. The rest of America is waiting, Sam. Waiting for you to take the first step and connect them to the Chiral network. I know you can reach them. Make us whole again.
Thanks. One more C in the UCA, huh? So, you fixing to cross the lake and head west?
Yeah. We got a boat?
No, not for years now. Terrorists took out everything bridges that floats. Only boat in town belongs to a private courier.
Private courier? Don't tell me. Fragile Express?
That's the one. I already spoke with their rep. I'm having them load the boat with some of the supplies you brought us. I'll bet the folks in Lake Knot will be tickled pink to see someone come into port. Been a while, I expect. Head on down to the harbor when you're ready. It's right outside the distro center. Don't worry, Port Knot never gets the rain. Feel free to rest up in your room before you head out.
I will. Yeah, it was a little suspicious. Now that I think about it, like, why would terrorists, like, keep you hostage and let you speak freely to anyone? A little weird thing going on with Amelie. I'm not willing to put much thought into it. But I like that she looks a little heavenly in like the glow, like the golden yellowish glow. Looked pretty cool. But yeah. We'll take a little break, and then we're gonna head out into Port Knot City, so that we can go out and well, we're gonna meet Fragile and get a boat.
Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Stop collecting blood while I sleep. I got like shit all over my face, bro. So I peed and got 2 grenades. In a shower and get that shit off my face. Wait, I showered and got the shit. Oh, I must have showered first.
That should suffice. Glad to see everything's in good working order. Another of our new EX grenades, the number 1. So named because it contains a vaporized extract formulated from your urine. Compared to our first iteration, this EX grenade contains a higher concentration of your fluids, which should make it more effective against BTs. Whenever you avail yourself of your private room's facilities, we will collect the results and produce additional units for your use. So you needn't worry about running out.
Yep. So, during that cutscene, I took the time to look up the names of those BTs. And apparently I was right. They don't have names. They're just lions and dolphins and stuff. They don't actually have names. They're just colloquially known as catchers, those ones that you get caught by the BTs by. That's all they are. So I'm going to just show off some of the mail that we collected along the episode. and we have a few of them. I already showed this one off. I don't know why I clicked this one, and that might have been a mistake. I probably like wasn't paying attention to the one I was looking at. But yeah, so I have quality first. Yeah, don't worry about these. Like I said, they the mails don't really they don't do much. There's only like one piece of mail that I would recommend reading, and that's not until literally near the end of the game. Other than that, most mail is just like, oh yeah, I have a job for you, and you're gonna be seeing those anyway because you're gonna be doing the jobs for them anyway. And a lot of the mail is, let's say there's like a story, like a side story, which we'll be dealing with a little later on. Sometimes you'll get mail from those people involved in the side story to get like resolution to their story, or maybe like it continues just off screen for a little bit. Other than that, that's really all the mail is for. It kind of gets annoying, to be quite honest with you. We're going to be seeing later on, like, there's like this married couple, and they're going to keep emailing you, and then they're like, oh, married life sucks. It's like, bro, why are you telling me this? I don't give a shit. She left to go back with her mother. Like, fuck, bro, I don't care. I'm not responding to you. Why do you keep emailing me? You know, but it's just like, it's just stuff like that you're going to get emailed from time and time again. You're going to keep, like, getting just tons and tons of mail. It's not important. I will show off the mail that I get. Typically, whenever I go into a private room like this, I won't spend too much time on it. I try not to. I think like this part maybe is probably the only part left that I pretty much allow you to read the whole thing. And that's because when I read, I have a tendency to read like super slowly. I read at a super slow rate. Just to let you know that I wasn't reading the whole thing. I was just reading the gold text. Like, that's how long it takes for me to read something. And I don't know why that is. Like, I don't know why when I'm reading in my head, like, it just takes me forever to read something. Or shit, even something out loud. Like, it just takes me forever to read. Like, I don't know why that is. I guess it's because I don't read a lot. I mean, that probably has something to do with it. But, yeah, I don't know. Just something weird. So like I'm well aware that I take a while to read something, so I try not to pester people by showing the whole clip for the most part. Like this is, oh yeah, that's the other thing with mail. You get likes. So I guess opening the mail is fine, but you don't have to read them because they're not really that important. But if you open them, you get likes, which is cool. But again, you don't necessarily have to worry about the mail anyway, because you get more than enough likes. Shit, you get likes for just leaving signs and people walking through them, you know what I mean? You get signs for just stupid shit. So you don't really have to worry about the likes in this game. I mean, hell, you got a like for just double jumping with BB. I double jump for fun, you know? Like, I just keep double jumping just randomly. Like, I can get more points double jumping than me actually reading the gold part of this email. Like, if I got like 8 likes, I could probably double jump like 10 times before finishing this email. Like, honestly. That's how slow I read. I'm not proud of that fact, by the way. That I read slow. Just I read slow. Okay? Get over it. Get off my back. But yeah, I just wanted to show off some of these emails. They're really not that big a deal. That's pretty much it. Taking a look ahead, if you don't mind the mouse click, real quick. It seems like we're going to be dealing with some cutscene and a little more gameplay. So that's probably what's going to round out the half an hour. Oh, right, that's probably what happened. This is probably another end of another session, probably. And I probably spliced in another one just to get like the end of the chapter so that the next chapter doesn't start. So like I don't spend like 20 minutes in the next session with, or like the next video just killing off the rest of this chapter. I'd rather finish it all in one video. That's probably what I was doing. Or what I was thinking, rather. But yeah, it's kind of sad that Sam had to break the news to Victor about his brother. So yeah, that's kind of sad. But honestly, we're not going to see Victor again. He will occasionally mail you, but you're not going to be seeing him. You probably could have just been like, yeah, I got it from your brother. He gave me it. No, actually, I agree. I probably would have told him to. But anyway, now we're going to go off into the Port Knot City. Fuck. We're gonna go back to Port Knot City and head off to Lake Knot City.
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm going to take you wherever you want to go.
So it seems like our little BB over here got his Luden's toy from this strange Mads Mackinson. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Man over here, giving me these Ludens. All these spacemen. Ludens. I like the name Ludens. It's fun to say. So let's gear up. We're gonna be gearing up with everything. Probably not really. I'm probably just gonna put it all away. Truth be told, 'cause I don't think I need it. P.S. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. I don't know what's coming up ahead. I'm unintentionally fucking myself over here. I like screwed myself, pretty much. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay, this is bad. No, this is bad. Don't do this. Okay, promise me, when you hear this and you play the video game, don't unequip everything. Most importantly, don't put it away in a private locker like I just did. Okay, cool. Anyway, so we're gonna just prepare ourselves for this very long boat ride. I have resins. I'm going to most likely recycle these. I don't have a reason to be carrying resins with me, other than the fact that I can recycle them.
Excess materials to a facility, you can increase the. Now these materials can then be used. Just remember.
Can't, like, no shit.
Don't get carried away.
Fucking. In other words, he said, "Hey, if you put this in here, this place will have more of that." Like, no shit. The fuck, you don't need it. I've been playing this game for like fucking 7 hours now. What the fuck are you talking about? You think I don't know that by now? Jesus Christ, you think I'm retarded? I'm supposed to be 17 plus playing this game. You think I don't know, Kojima? You think I don't know what it's like to put shit away? And that this one place will get the fucking resins that I'm putting? I got it by now. It's been 6 hours. You already explained it to me like 4 fucking times. Fuck. I just think the tutorials are a tad ridiculous. You know what's funny? I feel like the tutorials, a lot of these tutorial messages are just ridiculous because they're explaining shit that you most likely already know. Because they've explained it once already, and then they have shit like how to flip pages on it, like that just wasn't explained. You know, it's just like, oh shit. Granted, I guess I could have noticed it, but I'm slightly handicapped. Like, I'm dumb, dude. Right? Sometimes I whip out like a DSP moment every once in a while. Like, I won't lie. I'm still better than him. I just have some moments that occasionally arrive that are Phil.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God that permeates all existence. Ah, so it was you that dragged him into all this. Bloodied but unbound. What's that? Bridget Strand is dead. America's last president dead and burned. Oh, and now the girl's been chosen to take Mommy's place. Well, that won't wash. She's not cut out for politics, is she? Oh, but don't worry. I'll find her. And I'll keep her real safe. You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, there's so much you people don't know. The girl, for instance, she's not like you or me. Dooms ain't her thing. And she's more into destruction on a worldwide scale. An extinction entity. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side. Now you're no bridge. But me, I'm bound to all of it. This world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death. You're on the menu. All it'll take is one itty-bitty void out to blow us all to kingdom come. So how about it? Aren't you getting tired of the grind? Isn't this what you've been waiting for this whole time? A game over.
Can I just say that Higgs is the best character in this game?
Heads up, Sam. According to our damage assessments, it would only take a single void out to total Port Knot City. A single BT allowed to make contact with a civilian would be enough.
Alright, so this is a Dolphin Alpha catcher. So I was right. The catchers are anything that isn't a gazer, and the gazers are the humanoids. They're just the regular BTs. I had to look that up because I wasn't sure if these had names, and they are named just after the animal that they're based off of. So the one I fought earlier was a Dolphin Beta. This is a Dolphin Alpha. We're also gonna be seeing a lion and another one, which I'm blanking on the name of right now, but we'll get there. Don't worry about it. Now this fight is pretty interesting. I had enough weaponry to actually deal with this, but I didn't know we were gonna go into a boss fight. So there's that, which is why I put everything away, and I was telling you guys to not do this because you're gonna need all the blood packs you're gonna take. You're gonna need all the blood packs you're gonna fucking get, and you're gonna need all the medic grenades you're gonna need to kill this thing. But the cool thing about this game, and one thing I really like about this game, is that if you are unprepared for a boss fight, say this boss fight takes you by surprise, the other porters will appear as these ghostly figures, and they will give you supplies to help you out. And this is awesome. I love this feature. I thought this was such a great idea. I have 1 grenade, but I have 2 blood bags. I should have picked these up. They would have been so much useful. I don't know why I didn't think I knew them. I guess what happened was I just wasn't paying attention to the what the blood bags actually did, so I didn't think they were necessary until I realized later on that blood bags are super useful. I wouldn't have been losing so much health if I had been just using the blood bags. But yeah. So, and here's some Hermetic grenades. So as you can see, this player kiss. I can't read that. I think it says kiss from a rose. What rose is it? Yeah, kiss from rose. Thank you, kiss from rose, for supplying me with blood bags and Hermetic grenades, because this is lit and it's amazing that this game does that. So one thing to also keep in mind, when you're switching weapons, and let's say you have a full inventory of weaponry, and you don't know how to switch weapons, all you need to do on the weapon wheel is to click the right analog stick to switch pages. I kind of wish the game explained that, because that would have been really useful to know. How did I overshoot that? The arc went into the tentacle, but when I chucked it, it fucking flew all the way over the thing into the factory. That was wild. But yeah, now we're going to take some pot shots right here. I don't think if you aim for the gold Chiral skull mask, I don't think it does extra damage. I think it's just a cool little design feature. I'm unsure if this tar will actually drown you. I don't want to say it will, but I honestly do not know. Because I know tar normally will drown you if you take too long in it. But I don't know if the boss arena tar will drown you. Also, just watch out for the wild tentacle hands that he throws. Just be careful. They hit kind of hard, but you should be fine. Honestly, these bosses aren't too hard. I won't lie to you, this game isn't that hard. I haven't played it on hard, granted, but from what I played on normal, I beat the game pretty easily. I only died a few times, and even if you die, you come right back to exactly where you died with the amount of health that the boss has already had. So don't really worry about that. Also, I don't know if Sam dies, if a void-out will happen, so I think all you have to do is just stay alive. So you should be fine. I don't think you have to worry about dying, honestly. And besides, the game will supply you with enough blood bags to keep you alive anyway. The only way you're dying is if you accidentally get caught by those tar BTs that drag you underneath. So don't worry about it. But just like that, I fell through a building. Just like that, we defeated the catcher, Dolphin Alpha BT. Yep, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but when you kill a BT, and by extension a catcher, a bunch of Chiral crystals pop up, and you can actually pick those up. I don't think you can pick them up from these story mission bosses, but you can pick them up from standard BTs, which is really good. A really good source of Chiral crystals. But defeating the BT allowed me to get Miscellaneous 20, which is amazing. Or rather, 21. Because I gained 1. But yeah, and with that we get the moniker of Expert Handler, and we can receive more likes. And by that extension, I believe we can dish out more likes for a longer time too, if I'm not mistaken. Unless that's at 30. I don't quite remember. Unless that's bridge links. I might be thinking of bridge links, actually. These signs are actually really cool. They make BB happy when you pass through them. And these signs give you likes.
Amelie's still waiting for you in the west. Head to your boat. It's ready. Get those supplies to Lake Knot City. We're just getting...
Shut the fuck up, Die-Hardman. I don't need you to talk to me like the entire fucking game. Jesus Christ, you're like Bentley, only worse. Because at least Bentley shuts the fuck up after a while. You just don't stop running your mouth. I'm just kidding. I like the actor. It's just he just won't stop talking. The character just won't stop talking. Happiness signs. I don't remember what they do, but they're fine. Keep on keeping on. BB likes. The BB will be happy when you run through these. And likers get likes. Signs give you likes when you pass through them. Like, we'll give the person who puts the sign down a like, but you will also receive a like when you cross through them. So that's pretty cool. But that about does it for episode 2, Amelie. We took on a BT. We dropped a bunch of shit back over here. Those aren't shit. That's just my markers. I think I'm gonna head back and shower, and then we're gonna head off in the next episode. So I pretty much will just leave it off here, guys. BTs, yeah, thanks. I needed that. Fucking asshole. Piece of shit. Oh, the pee one? I don't think you can actually pee inside of an area like this. I think you can only pee outside. If I'm not mistaken. But I think that about does it for this video. I will see you guys in episode 5 when we take on the beginning of episode 3, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I look through some mail again, which seems like it's going to happen, but I'm almost positive I just should end it with me sleeping. Alright, cool. I don't know why I'm going here. Can you just... I already ended the video game. I mean, past me. Fuck. I think I learned my lesson, probably. Oh yeah, I should probably carry some weapons. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Probably some health. Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah. Won't make that mistake again, probably. I make that mistake again later on in the game. I'm not a perfect gamer, okay, guys? I don't think ahead. I don't plan out my routes. Or rather, I don't plan out the exact thing that I'm about to do. I just kind of wing it. But yeah. Wait, what the fuck do I leave for the remaining 3 minutes? Do I go to bed, right? And I cut it? No, I got 3 more minutes. What am I doing? Did I show off that I showered and then just like watch that cutscene? Jesus, why didn't I cut this out? Oh, by the way, BB gets all happy when he's back inside the room. I don't think I mentioned that before. But that's how you fix autotoxemia, which they've already explained.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, computer.
Complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for thanking me. Oh yeah, I guess I did read some mail. All right. I could have just cut it out, honestly. I don't know why I wanted to look at the mail. Oh yeah, but every time you see something cool, you get a new figure. Yeah, that's cool. I'll be showing off all the figures near the end, though, most definitely. I didn't mean to hit orders. I don't know why I keep hitting orders. So back to mail. We only got 2 mails, and again, these aren't that important. So whatever. The meaning of chirality. It essentially explains the word chiral, which means hands in Greek. So anything chiral is like hand, which explains why the structures turn into hands. Like the chiral structures are hands. That explains why the catchers have hands. That explains why Higgs shoots umbilical cords out of his hand. Okay, maybe not that one, but whatever. Hands are an important symbol in this game. It explains why BTs have hands when they walk. You know, stuff like that. It's just hands. Chiral. Or rather, not chiral, but what's the word? Oh yeah, no, wait, yeah. Comes from, turns out it means hand. Chiral. Yeah, okay, I guess it is chiral, means hand. So that's it. doesn't explain the floatiness. Cool. And then we got Nick Easton. To the man who delivers, I am sorry. If you're talking to me, then it's all good, but I don't care. I totally forgot whatever it is that you did to me. Anyway, guys, that about does it for this video. Now that we're near the end time, I will see you guys in episode 5 when we start chapter 3, Fragile. I look forward to seeing you guys there, and I look forward to waiting 10 fucking hours for this video to render out. Ooh. Wish me luck. Peace.